Wallaroos setting up in boomerang formation.
Getting to face that haka in that first game, I got goosebumps. When they do the haka, the emotion behind it and feeling that firsthand and seeing that in their eyes as well and knowing they're doing that to me. Like, that's coming at me. Like, I'm ready for that. It's just such a powerful moment.
Obviously, the end goal for this year is the World Cup.
These next few test matches are just a stepping stone.
This is all about preparation, it's about learning, it's about building combinations for the dream goal of the World Cup at the end of the year. For us, it was about a show of respect and lining up as a boomerang. And then once we were approached or challenged, that's when we came forward as one united front. So, yeah, it was something that we came up with as a group and something that we're very passionate about and something we've been learning a lot through our camps is about that Indigenous heritage that, you know, is not really known to many Australians. Obviously, facing the haka, it's a very powerful message and a very powerful piece, and you know, for us to be united, arm in arm, and to then embrace the challenge of the haka, it felt like we were ready.
I kind of felt, and I think a lot of the girls did, was accepting the challenge, because that's kind of what it is. Like, we're going to battle. Like, that's the idea of it. You're putting your body on the line for the whole team, the girl next to you. And when we walked forward and formed that group, we were prepared to battle. We were prepared to fight. And we were really accepting their challenge, respectfully, of course, but accepting it to go into the game.
Set up for the next pick, surely. Puts it again over the line. There is the first try. The Wallaroos strike. 11 minutes gone. Phase after phase.
It was like when we scored that first try, I was like, we can do this. We've got this. Like, and we did. We came out of the blocks so good, so strong, and yeah, it was so exciting, like to hit half time and sort of be in that lead. I think that was the first time in any of the games that I've been involved in where we've actually sort of taken that lead at half time. So it was nice to be going into the sheds like that.
Luca Connor, dangerous from the back of the rack. It's often where she finds all her tries.
Close but no cigar. Now there is.
There we go.
Like that. And a win for the Black Ferns.
Some of them said to me that they felt like that was the best game that they had played against the Black Ferns. And in saying that, they were bitterly disappointed because they thought it was a good opportunity to beat them. And the Wallaroos have never beaten the Black Ferns. I know I was informed in the media conference because I didn't know that it was the first time that the Wallaroos had led the Black Ferns at half time. And my response to that is that we want to be the first team that's obviously in front at the end of the game as well.
Ready to rock and roll, team. Woohoo, game day.
In our area, we have been quite, like as I said with COVID, we were quite isolated, and now we actually get a place in rugby. And other countries have been playing rugby. And we've got a World Cup this year, and we need games. This is kind of an opportunity for us to grow, develop, not just as a team, but as individuals as well, and try to represent our country in the best way we can against some strong competition.
Great leg drive. Now Morgan looks blind. Do they have the numbers? They've got Arabella McKenzie. Tried to throw one around the corner. Fredericks brings it in. Kramer. It's up. And it's over. What a kick, Laurie Kramer. Wowee. They set that very early. Masters has it in the back. And it crumbles in front of them. There is the try. Australia go over again.
16-14 with 9 minutes to play. It was a successful conversion. We have got a game on our hands, team.
Time's up, guys.
Got to find a pilfer here. Otherwise, the game is gone. The kick into touch from Waters, and that is full time. A brave comeback from Australia, but take nothing away from the US. They withstood the storm and they win their fifth match against Australia here today, 16-14.
My focus is on rewarding our best team at the moment and what we feel is our best team. The girls hadn't played a test match for 3 years, and every test match is important, and we want to obviously try to develop the combos where we can and keep that bit of stability in that there too. But again, the main focus is obviously rewarding our best 23 each week.
So today we're lucky enough to welcome another young lady to the Wallaroo family. So I'd like to congratulate Tiana Malloy for making her debut with the Wallaroos, and she's cap number 191.
We've sacrificed so much to be here. To start with, a lot of people have left leave without pay or family at home or other commitments, and it sort of brings you back to earth in a sense that, yeah, I am here to do a job, I am here to represent my country, and you know, you don't take that lightly. So to put things into perspective that we are here to do a job, but we're here to enjoy it and have fun as well at the same time.
They're working hard, and they really work hard. There's a lot of players that are obviously working full-time or studying full-time and getting through the extra training that takes for them to be in a national team. And they would love to be full-time, and unfortunately they're not at the moment.
Being in an environment that's meant to be professional but isn't quite there yet. Girls turn up when they have families, like they turn up straight after work. We're there till 9:30 at night in the gym, just off a field session. Like, being in that environment and seeing how much people want to play this next level has really opened my eyes to how amazing this opportunity is and how special it is for everyone here.
Okay. Obviously the intent is tomorrow we run out, we represent the whole 32. So let's make sure today reflects what we got into last week. Really, really positive, wasn't it?
Aussie on 3, 1, 2, 3, Aussie!
I think, yeah, the women's game's taking off, and women's sport in general is taking off at the moment. But yeah, from our point of view, we've got a little bit of a battle with, especially rugby league, that's a very close code to ours, that has a massive footprint within New South Wales and Queensland in particular.
Number 20, receiving her first jersey.
I'm a proud Wiradjuri woman. I'm from Koori-land in the Riverina, and I'm not only playing for myself and my family, I'm also playing for my culture, and I think that's something that's going to be on my mind all day tomorrow. This isn't just for me and my family, this is for my culture as well.
Just putting the jersey on or seeing the jersey hanging up in the changing room with your name just above it, it's pretty crazy to think that, you know, all this hard work and everything has come to this point where you get to put a gold jersey on, represent your country, your family and friends. It's a pretty special moment and emotional too.
This is huge for me, and Nikki Muller, who's been involved with the Wallaroos girls and getting us to sing the national anthem in Yugambeh language, she's supported me my whole rugby journey. And so my mum and dad, grandparents, and Nikki Muller, they've all pushed me to where I am today, and I think I definitely wouldn't be here without them, so it's massive, yeah.
I'm somebody who gets very nervous, and game day it's quite funny. I'm like a player. I get nervous and all that because I do want our girls to go out there and play well and win games. I think I'm like any of our players or our management, where we want to win games also, and it is important for us, and most of all having good performances.
Masters with the throw. Now Australia's chance to more. Masters had one last week. Can she score again here? Starting to splinter. Canada's defence under pressure. Masters for the line and over. First try of the game.
we are about to see a lot of changes coming on here for Australia.
It's got to be on here. It's just Kramer defending. Again, they've got to win the scrum, and Australia have turned it nicely. They have to go open. Pellet's here, straight through. The job is done. Elisa Ellery makes sure of it, and the Canadians have their second win of the tournament. They take down Australia 22 points to 10.
You can't fault the attitude and commitment to it. I think, you know, a few disciplinary errors and we sort of able to piggyback Canada down the field. But yeah, I think in general the tour, although we haven't got the results on paper that we were looking for, it's been a big learning block for this group, and there's no doubt it will put us in good stead for the World Cup towards the back end of the year.
I don't think there's ill discipline in the team. It's just obviously the team, the team that we're playing against, the way that they use their strength, we just couldn't combat that as well as what we should have.
I'm disappointed that we didn't get the result. The attitude and the fight for each other out there is outstanding. And that is what we need to build off moving forward. You guys have been working your butts off together for 3 weeks, and we've said time and time again, we can compete with world-class teams. And at the moment, we're competing well, but we need to be better in our execution to beat world-class teams.
I think we have strong glimpses of really good rugby together, and when we do, it looks great and it's super fun to play. And then we just, I don't know, we struggle to string a full 80 minutes together yet, which we're definitely building on.
Women's sport in general hasn't had the accolades of the male sport for a number of reasons, and again, part of that is going back years and years where, you know, girls shouldn't be playing sport or shouldn't be out there. Just, I think, breaking down that stigma to say that this sport is for everyone, not just if you're, you know, big and can run over people, or you know, whether you just love contact, or it's just this, you know, this great game of rugby is for everyone.
In 49 days' time, the Black Ferns begin the defence of their Rugby World Cup crown against Australia at Eden Park. Before then, though, they complete their final preparations, a 2-test series against the Wallaroos for the Laurie O'Reilly Cup.
On Ivania Wong, they will have a penalty.
11, offside.
Bella McKenzie takes it quickly. They shift it on here, Robinson. Hands, could this be it for Australia? It will be! Piper Duck on the board. And they do get the try they so desperately wanted. And the Black Ferns win test number 21 against the Wallaroos.
Coach, your thoughts on that 80 minutes of rugby?
Disappointed, as the players are. We've had a fairly good week, and our attention to detail during the week was good, and then especially in that first 4 week wasn't. So yeah, and the players are hurting from it as well.
Preparations have been good. We had a really good prep last week leading into the game in Christchurch, and the results didn't go our way. This week, the first ever international women's game in Adelaide and at Adelaide Oval. So, as a sporting lover myself, the moment's not lost on me either. You know, like obviously there's some iconic grounds in Australia, and Adelaide Oval's one of them. The history with the old scoreboard and that as well. But yeah, from a rugby point of view, it's been a really good prep leading into this week with the exposure and that around town, and being able to see all the billboards with the Wallabies and Wallaroos being promoted for the game this weekend's been great.
The magnificent surrounds of Adelaide Oval for the final hit out for the Wallaroos and Black Ferns before this year's Rugby World Cup kicks off. We're on the lands of the Ghana people, and we pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Still a big chance for the Aussies. Patu. Now Batabasanga wants it. McKenzie again. Here's Fredericks. Fredericks. This time Tarita scores! A dream start for the Wallaroos. A dream debut desperately holding their line here. Now Love, driven back in the tackle by Kapani. Quick ball, and that one's lost forward by Leti Inga. And it'll be a Wallaroos scrum. They survive somehow. Still there for the Black Ferns. Reaching out for the try, and it's been turned over. Right in the nick of time, and it's Emily Robinson who latched onto it. And Masters has been dropped back on a little variation play at line-out time. Hamilton in there looking to rip it back. And she does so, Grace Hamilton. Shifts it to Pomare. Here's Mackenzie. Tarita joins the line and beats into the backfield. Bien Tarita gets 2.
Oh, what a debut from Bien there. Absolutely outstanding.
A double on debut for Bien Tarita, and the Wallaroos will finish this one on a high.
What a talent.
They did it last week in Christchurch. They scored the last play of the game. They've done it again here in Adelaide. Mackenzie to add the extras, and does so. It'll be the Black Ferns, the winners on the day. But what a finish for the Wallaroos as we send them off to Rugby World Cup 2021.
Just a quick reflection on that game. Obviously we'll all depart ways tomorrow and we'll catch up later on in the week. But what we asked about the improved effort was outstanding. Okay, and the whole squad, the whole 32 need to take credit for that in the way that you've pushed each other through a training this week to be better as well. I think I said it the other day, I said it to the backs last night actually about, you know, training this week wasn't as crisp as last week. That's because the pressure and the competitiveness was better. People getting shirty with each other, getting cranky with each other, okay, is a positive thing to make us better, right? We've never beaten the Black Ferns. I get told today that that was the closest score that we've ever had against the Black Ferns. And there's things that we know as a group, well, that we can do better, right? And that's something that we want to obviously work towards leading into this game at Eden Park. Okay? The turnaround from last week, the desire of everyone to get better, and the desire to lift those around you to get better is exactly what we need moving into the World Cup. Okay? So thanks for the last 2 weeks.
The game was awesome to watch. The girls hit that ground running. It was powerful, it was skillful rugby. And, you know, for me to see the Wallaroos come together like that, and they just trailblaze. I mean, there is a whole generation of girls coming through playing try-tag, touch, 7s, 15s ahead of the World Cup this year and obviously when we hosted in 29. And these women, our Wallaroos today, are trailblazers, and it's just so important what they are doing to show other people the way forward for the game. It's humbling to watch.
I think the World Cup is something that's going to catch a lot of young girls' eyes, and especially in a sport that media just surrounds the men. So I think this World Cup is going to bring a lot of attention to the women's game, and I think it's for the best. Like, World Cup is amazing. It's just setting a massive platform.